This story happened a few years ago around when I was maybe 9 years old, so a little bit of background on how my room was built so you can follow me through the story. I lived in a very small house in a very small city in Italy with my mom, and the small house meant that me and her had to share a bed together since we couldn't afford more, but it was relatively okay and I didn't complain. Now the summers in Italy are excruciatingly hot, and even if you open all the windows in the house and turn up a fan you would still be sweating like a madman. Some people only have the fan on and close their window for safety since Italy isn't the safest country on earth, but me and my mom couldn't afford a fan, so the only thing that was left was to open the windows in our room. So the windows were located on the left side of the room and I slept on the left side of the bed since I was the one who sweated the most and I needed the little bit of cold air that I could get, and it was pretty okay and I mostly could sleep through the summer nights except for one. Also on the right side we had a mirror closet, and that info will be kind of helpful for later. Now I have no idea what woke me up since I am a pretty heavy sleeper and so is my mom, but something just felt wrong, very wrong. As a kid I used to be afraid of the dark and I still am 6 years later. How some things never change, right? I woke up and it had to be around 2 a.m., maybe 3, who knows, and my first reaction was to turn towards my mom to make sure that she was still there, and she was, so my paranoia kind of faded away. Woohoo! Well, until I looked outside the window and saw a man in black attire and a black hat staring at me, and yeah, I couldn't see his face even though the street lights lit up the whole street, so how could I have known that he was staring at me? I have no idea, but it's just one of those things that you just know. I looked at him for maybe 3 seconds and now my first thought would be, oh my god, this man is going to kill me, yada yada yada, but at moment the only thing I could think about was, I hope that towel hanging off our window is dry. After looking at him I turned around one more time, and the way the mirror and the window is located he had to reflect in the mirror, but luckily for all of us he didn't so. After that I just hid under the covers and hoped to God that he would just go away, and before I could finish though it was morning and I woke up, of course the man nowhere to be seen. I decided to tell my mom and dad about it. My mom, I remember, didn't want to talk about it and just said that it was probably my dad wanting to scare me off or something, and honestly why would he? Then my mom said that it was my dad, but it couldn't have been. Now yes, the man and my dad were the same height, but that creepy thing, man was lanky and skinny while my dad is built like the fucking Hulk, so I don't really know. Also that man was wearing a hat, and I can assure the day I see my dad wearing a hat is in my dreams. So of course that lead me into a spiral of conspiracy theories about this hat man, and honestly I don't ever want to see him again. This content was provided by angelotricarico.com.